Hi Aquarius, I hope you guys are doing great today. So I'm going to be doing your love and career reads separately. So I'm going to start off with a little bit of the astrology, go into relationship, and then I'm going to do career. So just check the timestamp below if you don't want to hear about the astrology, you don't care about career love. Because a lot of people don't care about love. A lot of people aren't in love. They don't want to know from love. They just want to know about their money, honey. So I get it. So we'll see you on the other side of that for everybody else hanging out. Let's pull a crowning energy for your relationship read. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. So this is going to be for the week of October 10th. So we have on the 12th Jupiter sextiling Neptune. I'm really liking this, and I think you guys would too, as this is first of all, this is a long-term aspect, right? It's very idealistic and like humanitarian goals are kind of like pulsing right now, which is so you guys, right? You guys are the sign of the humanitarian. Making connections with people from other cultures, other backgrounds, people who are just different from you can be happening right now. Really like just a really nice thing. Practical considerations could definitely take a back seat right now because Neptune is involved, and Neptune is always like trying to look at reality through a thick fog. So, you know, whenever that happens. But you're going to feel very generous. Everybody's going to feel very generous and kind of compassionate, more so than they've been in this energy, which is really nice. And then on the 13th, we have Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. And for you guys, it's going to be happening in your 10th house of career. So a lot of stuff may be coming up having to do with your place in the world, what it is that you want to do, why you want to do what you want to do for career, right? Because Scorpio is about transformation and digging stuff up from the past and reassessing and reevaluating and releasing or renewing or whatever, right? Having to do with something within your career. Now, the 8th house of Scorpio is all about transformation. So this is about revisiting something to transform it. And how are you going to, so maybe you need to work within a different department, or you should change companies or go out on your own, or, do something different. You may be feeling that. Many of you may be feeling the itch to do that. Just, keeping it real. I do like, though, we still have Virgo, Venus in Virgo. Venus is debilitated in Virgo, but that's okay, because Virgo is still a problem-solving energy. And the fact that you guys got that in the 8th house, which has to do with how you show up in the we, meaning how you show up with your partner, your partner's money, how you communicate with your partner, intimacy with your partner, all these partner things, right? It also has to do with investments and any kind of payout. It has to do with the stock market. It has to do with a lot of stuff. But, let's just keep it general, right? It's a lightening up. So I like that for you, because there's going to be this softening to that approach, right? And you guys have had Mars retrograde in your 3rd house, which for a lot of Aquarians, communication is challenging enough, because a lot of people are like, Aquarius, you don't talk to me from the heart, or you don't communicate enough with me, or why don't like, I know Aquarians a lot of times are accused of that, just generally speaking. And it's that you're not hiding anything. It's just you're busy doing you, So to have Mars retrograde in there right now, Mars retrograde in there right now, is something that might be a little bit of a challenge for you as far as the communication goes. So just something to be mindful of. Oh, mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. Yeah, this is beautiful. You can see this energy. This is really nice. So this is like, trust everything that it's just as it should be. When this shows up, this tells me that you've been trying to micromanage your life, and your fixed view is limiting all of the gifts and the potential that the universe is waiting to make available to you. So really now is a time for you to say, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. Aquarius, what do you want? I don't know. What do you want to do here? I don't know. And when it comes to relationship, do you want to get married? I don't know. Do you want to have a kid? I don't know, because you don't know right now, and that's okay. You have to break free of the rules and the conditions that you've placed on yourself and on other people and places and things, and you have to just trust that there's no specific right way that things have to be, or progression of events, that should be moving you forward. It's okay right now to just not know, but it's also very important for you to let go of any kind of limiting beliefs that you might be struggling with right now, particularly having to do with relationship. But having to do with relationship, we do have this this Libra new moon happening coming up on the 16th. And what I kind of like about this is it's getting this 4-degree conjunction with the sun, and the sun illuminates, right? It really shines on the moon, which is our emotions of what we need to look at. And Libra rules the 7th house of partnerships. So we're going to want to be looking at and fixing our partnerships, our intimate connections, our long-term connections, our business partnerships, anyone that we have a shared soul purpose with. We're going to be in this space. Now, it's all beautiful. I love, love, love this energy, but there is going to be a little bit of a little tension, right? Because this new moon has this configuration that is, because remember, we have Mars is going to be retrograde, right? And it's going to be squaring the stellium, right? Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn. And this lunation is forming a trine to the North Node, which suggests that we're all ready to learn and all ready to grow from some sort of situation, some sort of block, some sort of challenge that we've been dealing with, right? And Venus, the ruler of this new moon, right, is opposing Neptune. And again, Neptune is all about confusion, suggesting that we're battling some sort of overblown, I've been calling it like overblown expectation. Like there is something where we think something should look a certain way, or you may be with a partner who thinks things need to look a certain way, or depending on your age, maybe your parents think things should be a certain way. There is this understanding, though, of you dealing with that overblown expectation of something. And honestly, with the mosaic, you're just like, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And you know what? It's okay, because we're in 2020. This is a weird world. Why don't we wait until after the age of me, right? You say the age of Aquarius, which is hitting the 3rd week of December. And why don't we see how things roll out from there? So I haven't even pulled a card, but I am telling you, I'm getting a vibe here. Don't overpromise yourself to anything right now. Just hang in the energy where if you don't know, it's okay right now. Really, you might not be very clear on stuff. You're going through a lot of changes anyway. I mean, right, to have the stellium in the 12th house, that's no joke, right? Because it's all been retrograde. It's making you look inside yourself. It's like, Aquarius, what do you want with your future? What are your dreams? What do you feel in your subconscious? What is your spirituality? What do you believe anyway? And you've been hanging out in that energy. Not easy. Not easy. That impacts all parts of our lives, right? So let's pull for the recent past, now, the present, the near future, and the final outcome. And I'm going to do another row for everyone. Okay. Oh, we got you. Very nice. Get the moon. 7 of cups. A little confusion there. Final one. Okay. Okay. Such confusion, a confusing relation. Now confusing relationship reads, human relationship reads. Everybody's. You guys are the last sign that I'm doing. So we have in the recent past, we have the 2 of Cups, always need to make a decision. The Hierophant energy, the Princess of Wands, the Star energy. All right. So listen, 2 of Cups energy, this is about romantic love, partnership, a proposal. And when I say proposal, it can be, will you marry me? Do you want to have a baby? Do you want to move in together? Do you want to take this relationship to the next level? Do you want to blah, blah, blah? All right, fill in the blank. It's a proposal of something having to do with the relationship, but taking it to that next level of whatever it means for you guys. We have this working with the Hierophant energy. And Hierophant is a marriage card. So yeah, there could be a lot of discussion about marriage. I mean, I'm just saying, Aquarius, say, I don't know. So I don't know how that's going to go. But the Hierophant energy is very much about tradition and convention, expectations as well, and conformity. So since this is a relationship read, you need to look at these. I feel like these ideas are going to be part of the conversation about taking this relationship to that next level. So we have the Star working with the Princess of Wands. So this is a new level of a connection, right? The Princess of Wands is really feeling very motivated, very passionate, very creative about how to handle something. They're keeping it real, there could be an element of immaturity here, having to do with how you guys are going to move forward. So, this could be, this could mean somebody who is rather on the immature side, having to do with like any sort of lust, because remember, wands are a phallic symbol, obviously. Many of you know that. So it could be that, but it could also be somebody who's just generally immature about their passions and their energy moving forward, Aquarius. So this could be you or somebody that you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be you, that you might be dealing with this with a partner. But, to give you an example of this, it's like, I love you so much, let's move in together. Oh, wait, we have no money, kind of thing. Or I love you so much, like, let's get married. Oh, but you work there and I work here and we can't actually even like live together right now. So it's not that the idea itself is not good, but there is a level of impulsivity that is, can very well be kind of playing into things here, as there is this beautiful sense of renewal and hope and inner clarity and this healing happening on some level, right? Having to do with relationship. As we look at the star, it's Aquarius. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So I feel like whatever has come in, because this is like coming in right leading up to this energy, was almost a little surprising, something that you weren't expecting, because that is Uranus. This could also indicate you meeting somebody online, right? Because the star is Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which rules technology. So you may have met somebody online who was really, really exciting, and you guys, were trying to get together to try to create some sort of normal relationship for many of you. For others of you, you are taking the relationship to the next step. You're having the conversation about what that means to deepen. But there is this healing element here. So for those of you who've been maybe in a bad space, it does seem like, you're in this place of trying to heal something. For those of you just meeting somebody, you're very future focused, it does seem like. So we have in the present, we have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, great energy, wishes coming true, material abundance, some just, whatever it is in your mind's eye that you're very focused on that. We have the King of Wands energy. I love this energy because this is Cancer and Leo. I want a nice combination, because Cancer is about feeling grounded and rooted and safe and secure in something, and Leo is about feeling very attracted, feeling like you're really good friends with your partner, really excited about and motivated to move forward. Everybody's attracted to everybody here. So it's like, what a nice balance, right? To have that attraction and that feeling of safety and security. So now I do want to say, because it's hanging with the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is about a wish fulfillment, many of you can be meeting this energy, or many of you can be very focused on meeting this energy, because a lot of you have been through a lot in relationship, and you're focusing down, narrowing down what it is that you really want in relationship. So it's like you want the foundation, but you feel like you need somebody who's willing to get up and go, and somebody who's willing to do something different. And Aquarius, you absolutely need that, right? I mean, because you like your individuality is very important to you, and you guys like to do things your own way, and you're very unique and different, which is beautiful. Now, we have the Five of Coins working with the Moon energy, all right? So we have to call this what it is, all right? Because the Moon is about unseen problems, meaning you may see something, you may be feeling something, Aquarius, or your partner may be, but I feel like you are. And you're thinking about making some sort of voluntary change having to do with relationship. And you're in a space of very much trusting your intuition. You're feeling something that you're not really discussing. And we have this working with the Five of Coins. The Five of Coins is this kind of like, for lack of a term, it's this lack mentality. It's feeling rather isolated and worried that something is just not working. Remember, coin energy and relationship reads means mental, physical, and emotional connection. So maybe you're not seeing your partner enough, or when you do, you guys are just not connecting in the same way. And this is registering for you in your emotional space. It's registering. There's no question. So even though you're very focused, you want to be happy, you want to be excited. Now this could also indicate, Aquarius, that you're dealing with this energy, or you are this energy and this is your partner. Sometimes this can show up. But it does seem like somebody is not being fully disclosing their emotions regarding a certain connection right now. But it's not, I don't feel like it's out of being, and I can't, Aquarius, I'm sorry, I feel like it's you. you know, especially because you've had Mars retrograde in your third house of communication. You know, even though you guys are in air energy, you're very misunderstood a lot. You really are. So, yeah, I am feeling that. It's not necessarily bad, and I feel like it's, you know, the Five of Coins is a minor arcana, but something is registering with you as feeling like left of center. Something is off for you regarding relationship. You know, some of you just meeting somebody, you might be like, this person is awesome, you know, right? I just met this person, this is awesome. But you might be vibing also that something's off with them. You might be vibing that they're not being completely honest with you, and maybe they're not with you for the right reasons. And that's going to be something different for each of you. So in the near future, we have the Five of Swords in the reverse, and that's working with the Seven of Cups, the World, and the Five of Wands. We get the best card in the deck with the World. But I like the Five of Swords in the reverse because this indicates a fair argument, let's say discussion, okay? I like the word fight or whatever, but it's peace after some sort of trouble that's gone on within relationship. But this could also indicate a being caught energy. But when I say that, it's like somebody catching somebody having to do with the truth being revealed, and maybe not intentionally, is how this could happen. So it's going to resonate with some of you. But it's a good energy anyway. I mean, in the upright, not so much. But in the reverse, there is this fairness about this conversation. And there needs to be a conversation because it seems like two people are not on the same page here, to be honest with you. It doesn't seem like it. Okay, so we have a little bit of commitment issue going on here. I don't know. Feeling like there are choices. There's commitment. But this is the thing. Rather than make it sound so ominous and negative, I don't want it to be like that because, look, there are seven cups here. You know what's in Five of the Cups. You don't know what's in two. And because you don't know what's in two, or because the person you're dealing with doesn't know what's in those other two, there is this fear to commit oneself. It's more of a fear. Like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right thing? You may not feel like it is absolutely the right thing for you. Then we have the Five of Wands working with the World. Five of Wands is rivalrous, man. This is like challenges and obstacles and, you know, battle of the wills. This is a Saturn and Leo energy. And whenever Saturn is hanging out in Leo, egotism is abound. This is what I need. This is what you need. You might be dealing with a very challenging Leo energy. Leo energy can be prevalent here, maybe Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. But it's the kind of thing where there is a battle of the wills. There's a battle of the wills. And then we have the World energy, which indicates the completion of something. Aquarius. So there's a completion of some sort of lesson that you absolutely needed to learn. So for some of you, I don't know, is the lesson the relationship? Is the lesson something within the relationship? It's going to mean something different for all of you. But I guarantee that it is the result of some sort of ego-driven argument where it's going to hit you out of nowhere. The World energy, again, you're saying, oh, you know, that doesn't sound very positive. Oh, it is. The World energy is connected to Saturn. And even though Saturn is the great malefic, he gets such a bad name, right? Yeah, he's challenging, right? He's the great taskmaster. He's negative karma. He's restriction. He's delay. But when we make it through all of that, and he tests us and we pass those tests, the gifts that Saturn gives, they last decades long. So this, I feel like there was something that you really needed to learn. Very destiny driven. So I love that we got Mosaic. Let chance play its creative role in your life. Because look what we have as the final outcome energy. We have the Six of Wands, the Fool, the Lover's energy, and the Eight of Swords. Aquarius, I feel like you're in something that you're not sure if you belong in anymore. I mean, it's a minor arcana. This doesn't mean that anything is ending, but at least for now, something's going on that's making you feel like very isolated, very imprisoned, very, it's a self-imposed isolation though, right? Because look, she's fine, but she sees herself in the mirror as being surrounded by swords, truth, communication, one sword at a time over time. that starts to make her feel like her shoes are on the wrong feet. She doesn't belong here anymore. Something isn't right. It's not what it used to be. It's not. Now we have the Six of Wands energy. Let's put this down. Working with the Lover's energy and the Fool. So whenever we have a Lover's energy, this is about partnership, but first and foremost, it's about the need to make a choice. And so there needs to be a choice. Do you want to continue in a partnership? Even though there are a lot of issues. Because the Lover's energy always means that there are issues. And both parties need to agree. But both parties need to also see what the problem is. And they have to work at it fairly, right? So that is what the energy is. Now, some of you are going to be really, really successful in having this amazing conversation with the blessing of Archangel Raphael and the luminary of the sun, and you'd be able to engage in this Fool energy. And the Fool energy is about fresh hope and taking a chance and creating some sort of new path for yourselves, this new beginning. It's a Uranus energy. It's about really thinking about moving into the future and being very honest and true to yourself while you do this. Others of you are going to be realizing that in order for you to feel this level of success in relationship, you need to feel like you're in something where you actually really belong. Where you really belong. And the Lover's energy here could be the decision that you're making with yourself, because Gemini is the Lover's energy. And in the Lover's energy, we often make a pact with ourselves that we're going to just focus on the future, and we're going to focus on healing and taking new chances and moving in a different direction for a new beginning if we've been involved in something that's been terribly toxic. And you know if that's your narrative. You know, there's no second guessing that. There's no, beating around the bush there. But I do see, for those of you who are single, I see if you're opening yourself, not everybody, but for those of you who are going to be meeting somebody, I do see it. You really want the relationship, but then when you get in it, I feel like a lot of you are going to feel like a little closed in, which that's okay. It's part of the human condition. It's definitely part of what Aquarians often go through that. Definitely. There are certain signs that struggle with, independence. Not that they don't want to be in a relationship at all. It's not at all what it means. They want to very much be in a relationship. But it's a challenge if they feel too boxed in, So Aquarius is one, Gemini is one, Sagittarius is another one, big time. Yeah. Healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and life, self-love, self-care, being happier. Karmic relationship, fleeting triggers, turmoil, resentment, lessons, letting go. Yeah, so definitely meant to happen, meant to be in your life. Self-indulgence, focusing on self. Self-worth, time to heal, doing the shadow work, and appreciating self. So, what's not to like here? Let's pull one more. Coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted, friendship. So some of you guys might be getting together with your friends, or if things did not work out very well with this particular situation, there may be you guys meeting up to have a conversation. But I feel like you're going to be in this space of just recognizing that lots of triggers go on here. Resentment is being built in this relationship, in this connection, whatever it is. But needing to look at that. And those of you working out the relationship, it is focusing on autonomy for you, Aquarius. It's focusing on healthy choices for you, loving you, focusing on yourself, having self-appreciation, really valuing yourself. And your partner has to be in agreement with that. I can't ignore the signs I'm receiving any longer. They are everywhere. You are everywhere. Yeah. You've been in my dreams. I definitely get, for those of you not in connection right now, somebody is sending you some heavy, heavy energy. Heavy energy. I'm now feeling the fallout of my actions. Okay, let's pull one more. I'm insanely attracted to you. So it's a lot of attraction, feeling remorse, dreaming about you. That always indicates a lot of energetic exchange. The fact that they're sort of seeing you everywhere. There is this very strong energetic exchange going on here. You know, don't come after me. It's what I'm seeing though, Aquarius. I see you questioning if this is a healthy connection for you or not right now. Okay. Doesn't mean anybody's, you know, some of you may be ending it. Others of you are going to be, you know, taking on this new path, this new perspective with the Fool energy for sure. But it's going to be a little different for each of you. Definitely kind of letting things roll out on their own, right? Seeing how things happen for you. That mosaic. I'm going to leave that up, and we're going to pull for your career a Black Moon card. That's the crowning energy, what you need to focus on for career. Ooh, yourself. You and Capricorn got yourselves. So, Aquarius, I know. I know. Yeah, so Aquarius is that 11th house energy. It has to, you guys have to do with humanitarian efforts. You have to do with friendships, but you also have to do with goals and wishes. You are ruled by Uranus, which is about surprises and focusing on the future and focusing on what you know and focusing on what you don't know. And I'm laughing because we got the mosaic, and the mosaic's like, just say you don't know. And then we get you, I know. So I do feel like you're going to feel a little more clear in the mind when it comes to, believe it or not, when it comes to your career right now. So, all right, let's see what we have. We'll pull some crystal visions. See what we have for our Aquarius friends. So we have the Magician right now. So that could definitely be like studying, learning, focusing on the day-to-day. We have the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is one sword at a time over time. This is like the ending of something. The Ten of Swords does indicate to me there's got to be like, there's some sort of like complete and painful ending, some sort of rock bottom coming into this energy. So this could be having to do with a job, a career. Maybe you got fired, maybe you quit, maybe you're deciding to change majors, you're, you know, wanting to go into a different career altogether. But let's just see how the rest of the energies roll out. Beautiful. We have the Sun, we have the King of Cups. We have some nice energies here. A couple of reversals, but not too bad. They're not always bad anyway, so let's see what we have. So we have the Magician working with the Six of Cups, Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords. So definitely leaving something in the past. I mean, the Ten of Swords is like, this doesn't even make sense anymore. That's really what it is. Mercury and Virgo, because everything has to make sense to Virgo. Virgo is very pragmatic. It's the problem solver. And Mercury is all about communication and you know, healing also. So something just doesn't make sense anymore. So the Ten of Swords can happen because a lot of gossip was going on, or you know, just a lot of just very unhealthy communication. But it doesn't really matter. This could even just be thoughts, you thinking about it for a long time. But again, complete and sort of rock bottom ending towards something that you were in. This is in the recent past. Then we have the Six of Cups working with the Magician, working with the Ace of Swords. So I do feel like the Six of Cups is you guys are returning to something that you once did, right? The Six of Cups is indicative of like a nostalgia and reconnecting with maybe people you used to work with, reconnecting to an idea that you had once upon a time. Maybe you dreamt about being something for a minute 10 years ago, 15 years, whatever it is, and you go, you know, I'm really feeling called to that right now. You know, I'm really feeling like, I don't know what it is, but I feel like that. And a lot of you guys are going to be feeling this with Mercury retrograde in Scorpio in the 10th. A lot of you guys are going to be feeling this. There's no question. Scorpio is about digging stuff up from the past and saying, here, look at this. How are you feeling about this, right? So definitely some nice gifts coming in that way. Then we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is you're going to have this new idea. But you're going to have this mental clarity on this new idea. But when you have this mental clarity, it's going to incite another problem. So for example, let's say, you're doing a job and you're like, I'm realizing I don't want to do this anymore. I have clarity now. This is what I want to do. But now maybe you have to get some sort of certification or some sort of education in that. So that would be an example of like a new kind of conflict that you're needing to deal with. But we have the Magician energy, which is so good, always so good to get when we're dealing with a career read. Is this is a Mercury energy. It's alchemical, and Mercury rules the 3rd and the 6th house. So this is about, 3rd house is about communicating and learning. It's Gemini, and Virgo is the 6th house, which rules your day-to-day work environment, people that you're working with. It also rules your mental, physical, and emotional health, right? It's your health. 6th house is health. So whatever you're learning, whoever you're communicating with, whoever you're networking with, however that's going, is going to end up improving your day-to-day work environment, your day-to-day experience, how you feel about your job, really good stuff. So I do see that. I see you sort of trying to crystallize something that you would very much like to at least move into, if not started already, right? Because this is coming into this energy. Then we have the present. So present, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Some of you might be really worried about money right now. You may have gone through some sort of financial loss, or just being in a poverty mindset. It could even be that, that kind of just really worried about spending any money. And God, so many people are feeling that way right now, right? Just wanting to hold on, just being scared. But it's a very mental energy, right? Because she doesn't even see how the sun is shining right behind her. She just needs to go behind the tree, and she's going to have really everything that she needs. So we have this, there's also potentially here this idea where you're struggling to commit to something 100%, Aquarius. So you might be in this space of, because we have this new clarity, but you may be a little trippy as far like mentally because of some sort of new conflict coming up. Like, I'm not sure how committed I feel to it. I don't know if it's worth the change. I don't know if it's worth the commitment, the energy, the money, the risk that it might take in order to get involved in something, right? And you feeling this idea that you need to defend yourself. So there's going to be this sort of this interplay within yourself where you're going to be very, very concerned, okay, about your money. You're going to feel very much in the space of feeling like you need to defend yourself. Some of you may even be dealing with some sort of situation where you're feeling vulnerable about some sort of competition within the workplace, or competition if you're opening up your own business, whatever it is. But then we have the King of Cups, which is a very supportive energy. This is a leader energy, somebody who's very tolerant, very empathetic. So Chris, you could be going in a direction in your career where you're in a space where you feel very vulnerable, you're very worried, and you might have an amazing partner who's just really there for you as you're going through the process of something. Or this could just be general energetic influence, or this could be somebody who you're meeting within the workspace. But whatever it is, there's a very tolerant and very empathetic, beautiful energy surrounding you right now, which I really like. And then we have, of course, the lovely sun, which also indicates material happiness, a great outcome. I always say that the sun energy is like, we all have this metaphorical toolbox, and within that is the tools, right? And that we use to deal with life and circumstances and challenges that come up. So the sun basically fills our toolbox with all that we would possibly need. So the sun doesn't actually do the work for us, but it gives us everything that we need to be successful. And isn't that amazing? But I do feel like some of you are going to be very concerned about some sort of competition, some sort of competitive something within the workspace. Okay, and then we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, working with the Queen of Wands, the 10 of Wands, okay, and the Knight of Swords. So there's definitely going to be some sort of conflict. Now, this is the thing. The Knight of Swords, you can be dealing with somebody who's very sharp-tongued, very fast-talking, but this incites some sort of lifestyle change. And because it's with the 10 of Wands, something may become very, very stressful, exhausting, very burdensome, overwhelming. It's like the card of overwhelm. You can't do it anymore. And the thing is, the 10 of Wands I also call it like the Catch-22 card, because it's a feeling of, that you're not really happy in doing what you're doing, but you actually don't have any time left over in your life, in your day, to actually look for another job. So, it could be that kind of thing, but this cycle needing to end, absolutely. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of conflict that's going to accompany that. Now we have the Queen of Wands energy here, which is feeling very confident, very, very self-assured. We have to pay attention to the Ten of Pentacles energy here, though, too, because for some of you, this can mean a couple of things. Foreclosure on something, some sort of family conflicts, some sort of loneliness when it comes to money, when it comes to your career, what it is that you're looking to do. So, looking at the Ten of Pentacles in reverse with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Wands, it does seem like you're having this falling out with someone, or at least with an idea that you've been feeling that you are in. I feel like this is with a person, though. But I always say, all conflicts can definitely be internal. Where you're like, I'm overwhelmed by this. I just don't want to do it anymore. And I just want to change my life. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling very discontent. And so now it's time for me to adopt like a Queen of Wands sensibility, where I'm confident, I'm self-assured, and I'm going to grab onto that new idea that I formulated back here. Because I see you going into something new, Aquarius. There's no question. We have the Three of Pentacles energy. This is a Mars and Capricorn. Three of Pentacles is building. Three of Pentacles is teamwork, collaboration, really developing and honing a skill in a beautiful way. Really working on the quality of your work so that you can really work towards something. Now we do have the Empress energy in the reverse, and this can indicate right now a temporary dependence on others and having limited resources. So this would definitely be indicative of somebody who is maybe trying to start their own business, something like that, where you're needing other people right now. You're needing other people. But we have that you're very resourceful. So I feel like you might be in the space of lack, but you're going to figure it out. You're going to find either a bank or a family member or somebody who could come in and really help you out. And it's going to go really well. As we have the Wheel of Fortune, this is a very fortunate energy. It's a Jupiter energy, and it does indicate taking a chance and this being a turning point in your life. But it's a lucky energy. It really is. And I know that sounds so ridiculous. It's lucky, right? But it's a very fortunate energy. It really is. Like everything's sort of set up energetically to give you what you want. But money might be a little bit of a challenge for you right now as you guys move forward, though. Just saying, that's just a thing that you're going to have to figure out and work out for sure. So, I do want to say, we have Venus and Virgo in the 8th house. So if you're in a situation where maybe you can talk to somebody about a loan, because that is 8th house energy, the energy is there for you for sure. 6th house. This is all about focusing on your day-to-day work environment. It's also health, daily rituals. Right? This apprentice energy as well. Focusing on a healthy diet too, Aquarius. Make sure you're focusing on your diet. Healthy diet is very important in this energy as well. Let's roll these guys. All right, we have North Node, Taurus. So you're going to be focusing on learning something as a way of increasing your money, and you're going to be very creative while you're doing it, and you're going to be very brave, Aquarius. So I see you entering a new phase in your life. It really is. You're very forward focused, and you're working with a new phase in your life. That is what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.